You know, it's a strange thing how just a few words on a screen can spark desire, deepen connection, or completely turn someone off. These days, we're all glued to our phones, and whether we like it or not, texting has become a massive part of how we build attraction. It's the new front door, and if you don't know how to walk through it with confidence, charm, and clarity, well, you're already losing ground before you've even said hello in person. But what if I told you that the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, yes, those stone-faced philosophers from over 2,000 years ago, actually holds the key to mastering modern texting? You see, Stoicism isn't about being cold or emotionless. It's about control, self-control, emotional discipline, strength from within. And that kind of grounded presence, that's something women can feel, even over text. So, today, I want to walk you through something powerful, not just texting hacks or cheesy pickup lines. No, this is deeper than that. This is about mastering your energy, your words, and your mindset, so that when you send that message, it doesn't just land, it resonates. Let's imagine this. You meet a woman. Maybe it's at a coffee shop, maybe a bookstore, maybe you matched online. There's a vibe, you exchange numbers, and now comes the test. You want to reach out, but how do you do it in a way that stands out? Not needy, not robotic, just compelling. Here's where the Stoic guide steps in, because here's the truth most men don't understand. It's not about what you say, it's about who you are when you say it. That's what gets felt through the screen. And a woman, especially a woman who values depth, can feel whether a man is anchored or just grasping for attention. The first time you text her, you don't need to be clever. You don't need to be smooth. You need to be centered. That means no overthinking, no overanalyzing every word or emoji, no scrolling up and rereading your last message 10 times to make sure it sounds cool enough. That kind of energy reeks of insecurity, and insecurity is the biggest repellent there is. So how do you bring Stoic energy into a message? Let me show you a scenario. You're texting her for the first time after meeting her. Most guys go in with something like, "Hey, it was nice meeting you," and then wait, hoping for a reply. It's safe, it's polite, but it doesn't move her. It doesn't trigger curiosity, mystery, or desire. But when you come from a place of presence, when you're grounded in who you are, your energy says something different. It says, "I don't need a response, I'd like one, but either way, I'm good." Now that is attractive. So instead, imagine saying something like, "Still thinking about that ridiculous coffee order of yours." You always this bold with your choices, simple, playful, teasing, and most importantly, authentic. It's not forced. It's not a line you read online. It's you noticing something real and responding with a bit of charm. The goal here isn't to impress. The goal is to express, with confidence, with curiosity, with groundedness. Women respond to emotional leadership. That doesn't mean dominating the conversation or trying to win anything. It means guiding the interaction with clarity and intention. And a man who lives by Stoic principles doesn't chase validation through his phone. He gives his attention selectively. He engages from a place of value, and he doesn't crumble when a message gets left on read. Because here's the hard truth. Sometimes she won't reply. Sometimes she'll take hours, maybe even days. And most guys panic, they spiral, they double text, they assume the worst. But a Stoic man understands that her response doesn't define his worth. He remains steady. He doesn't get pulled into emotional chaos. He knows that if something's meant for him, it'll flow. And if not, he'll keep walking. That kind of presence, it's magnetic. Now, let's talk about timing. When you're texting a woman, don't be too available. If you reply instantly every single time, what does that tell her? That your time is wide open, that you're just sitting there, waiting, that you have no other priorities. And while being present is good, being too available can feel a little desperate. Stoicism teaches us to value our time, to protect our focus. So if you're working on something, stay with it. Don't interrupt your flow just to text her back right away. She'll respect your purpose more than your availability. It's also important to use words that carry weight. Don't flood her with long paragraphs trying to prove how interesting you are. Less is often more. A well-placed pause, a clever remark, a single question that makes her think. That's the kind of message that lingers. You don't want to be the guy who texts her a daily novel. You want to be the guy whose one sentence makes her smile at her phone. And that leads me to something that a lot of men forget. Texting isn't a conversation, it's an invitation. It's an invitation to feel, to imagine, to laugh, to connect. Don't treat it like an interview. Don't interrogate her with, "What do you do? Where are you from? What's your favorite movie?" over and over. That's surface level. And surface level doesn't create emotional tension. Instead, ask something like, "If I handed you a plane ticket right now to anywhere in the world, no questions asked, where would you go?" Now you're stirring up emotion, imagination, mystery. Now she has to feel to answer. That's what gets her invested. And when you're texting, always leave a little space for her to lean in. Don't give everything away. A Stoic man doesn't over-explain himself. He lets his words land. He lets silence speak for him. And that silence, that's where anticipation is born. You want her wondering what you're thinking, what you'll say next, where this is going. It's not manipulation, it's mindfulness. Let's pause for a second and breathe that in. You don't need to be flashy, you don't need to be someone you're not. You just need to be solid, calm, confident, present. So many men send messages trying to get something, get her attention, get her affection, get her validation. But a Stoic man sends messages to give something, a spark, a moment, a connection. And here's where it really gets interesting. When you stop chasing reactions and start cultivating presence, women feel it. It's like a shift in the atmosphere. They feel safe, intrigued, seen. And that's when attraction deepens. So here's what I want you to remember when you reach for your phone next time. Be brief, but impactful. Be playful, but intentional. Be present, but not predictable. Texting isn't about having the perfect words. It's about having the right energy behind your words. And that energy, it's something you build in silence, in discipline, in your own stillness. That's the heart of Stoicism. And that's what women can't resist. Because at the end of the day, she's not falling for the message. She's falling for the man behind it. So become that man. Stay calm, stay grounded, and let your words carry the weight of who you truly are. You don't need gimmicks. You don't need games. You just need presence. That's the real secret. And once you unlock it, you'll never see texting or attraction the same way again. Thanks for being here. If this resonated with you, if you're ready to bring more strength, clarity, and Stoic wisdom into every part of your life, especially your relationships, subscribe to the Stoic Guide. New videos every week to help you master yourself. Connect deeper and lead from within. Until next time, stay grounded.